Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for December 2019. Hello and welcome, whether you're watching this video for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Piscean placements. I just want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's with all of your support that I'm able to continue putting out these messages for the collective and doing this incredible work. So thank you all so much. From the bottom of my heart, it really means the world to me. Before we actually go into the reading, I'm just going to make a quick announcement that I am temporarily taking down my services. So for those of you who are looking for a personal reading or a Reiki session with me, I'm actually going to be putting those up later this week, and they're going to be offered at a 20% discount because we are going into the holidays. So that's really exciting. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway on my Instagram for a chance to win a free personal reading and Reiki session with me. All of this is the perfect time of year because it's nice to know what's going to be happening for the next year, for 2020. You can get a reading, so don't miss out on that sale, don't miss out on that giveaway. For those of you who are not already subscribed, definitely do that. Also follow me on my other social media so you don't miss out on any announcements or any offerings I'm going to be doing either in December or in the future. I have all of my links in the description box down below, as well as links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. Now, as we are kind of going into this reading, I actually like to start off with a brief astrological or energetic report. I recognize, however, not everyone is going to be interested in that, so you're more than welcome to just scroll down to the comment section and look for a comment with a timestamp that jumps straight ahead to the actual reading. I will invite someone to leave that, and I'll give it a big heart, and I will pin it to the top, so it should be pretty easy to find. You can also thumbs up to make sure that people can see it in the meantime. But honestly, Pisces, I really think you're going to want to at least hear what I have to say, because this is a lucky time for you. I'm actually really excited because Jupiter has been hanging out in the sign of Sagittarius for the past year, which is actually a pretty comfortable placement for Jupiter for most people. However, you are also ruled by Jupiter. You're ruled by Neptune, but Jupiter is another one of your planets. And with Jupiter hanging out in the sign of Sagittarius, that's actually squaring your energy. It's kind of working against you, which is kind of interesting because Sagittarius is your 10th house, your midheaven, your career. Some of you have been working way too hard and putting in so much effort and, maybe exhausting yourselves, and maybe you've just been overworked. A lot of responsibilities been put on you, and I feel like that's going to kind of lift with Jupiter now moving into Capricorn, which is your 11th house. And why that is so beneficial is the 11th house is actually the luckiest house in your whole chart. And it doesn't just represent support systems in the form of friends, social networks, although that could be a theme for you, maybe doing some networking here, kind of going and branching out now that you've been so focused on work. It's also the universe, divine intervention, blessings coming in. And this is really needed because you have had Saturn and Pluto here. And Saturn and Pluto, they're kind of hard energies. And I'm going to be honest with you, Pisces, having Capricorn as your 11th house it's kind of a restriction in and of itself, because Capricorn energy, which is interchangeable with Saturn energy to an extent, is, it really makes you earn whatever it is you're working for. It's not just going to give you a puppy. It's kind of like paternal father energy. You have to really prove that you are responsible, that you're ready for the thing you're asking for, and it's not just going to give it to you the first time you ask. You're going to have to keep working for it. You're going to have to also wake up every day and show that you're going to feed the dog in the morning, walk the dog, take care of them. Otherwise, you're not going to get the thing you want. And it's not to say that you won't ever get this thing, but you kind of have to earn it. It has a lot to do with our lessons. And that's kind of Piscean energy. I know, even though you're very spiritual and you definitely have your own flow to you, being a Pisces really isn't that easy. You're the last sign of the zodiac. It can kind of be a bit of a trial. And with Jupiter now entering into your 11th house, you're getting a lot of really awesome opportunities. I think this year is going to be really incredible, especially if this past year with Saturn and Pluto have felt really intense and heavy, and like you've just not been able to catch a break. That's about to change. So I really hope that you're looking forward to that. That is especially true with the eclipse that is happening on December 26th. For those of you who aren't aware, there's going to be a solar eclipse in the 4th degree of Capricorn. So really wherever that falls in your chart, that's going to be a good area to look. If you don't know what your chart looks like, or you don't really know what I'm talking about, I have a natal chart calculator in the description box down below that might be able to explain some of this, or at least kind of give you a visual of what's going on. This is really especially true if you are a Pisces rising, all this stuff about the houses, but I'm just kind of speaking about Pisces as a sign in general. But it never hurts to also look for you personally where all of this is happening, because that's going to really affect you quite significantly. But either way, Pisces, you're having a really strong ability to manifest. Make a wish on 26 or on the 26th, because there is going to be a lot of energy for manifestations for everybody, because we have this eclipse, but for you it's happening in your 11th house, and it's also conjunct Jupiter, which is a very expansive and lucky planet. You have an amazing ability to manifest, and I'm honestly very excited and jealous of you, Pisces, but I hope that you use this energy wisely. I have been telling all the signs, if you don't work with the law of attraction, or if you don't work with the lunar cycles, to really make an exception for this month, to start. I cannot emphasize enough how much power you're going to have manifestation-wise on the 26th for this eclipse. And I'm not saying that this month is going to be amazing and it's going to be all sunshine and roses. Let's be real. We're going through Sagittarius season, which again squares your energy, and then we're going into Capricorn season, which is not exactly the easiest energy to deal with either. It's the darkest time of the year, but it's also light returning to the world. Things are going to start turning around after this month. So really just work through this energy. Don't give up, and have this guiding light. Set this vision for yourself and make it your North Star. Just keep walking towards that. And this is such a good time to manifest and to visualize and envision the future that you want for yourself, because it may very well be coming true. So that's pretty much it for the astrology report. Let's pull some cards for you. Let's see what's going on. As I am shuffling here, I'm just going to give my friendly reminder that this is a general reading, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. Some of this energy may also come in the reverse as well, meaning if there is another person involved, it could actually be your own energy or vice versa, especially if you are cross-watching for somebody else who is a Pisces. You could be showing up as this other person. If this video doesn't resonate, you are also more than welcome to look at some of the other videos for your moon, rising, or Venus signs. If you don't know what those are, I have that natal chart calculator in the description box down below, again, which can help you figure out your other placements. I do also have a love and relationship reading series called Heart of the Matter. It's all one playlist because those are actually all timeless readings. So you can either look at the most recent readings for your sign, or you can peruse through the previous months and see if anything pops out for your intuition, and maybe that can provide some advice for you if you're looking specifically for love and relationships. If that does come up in the general reading, I'm not going to exclude that, but if you're really specifically looking for guidance in those areas of your life, definitely check out the Heart of the Matter reads. And these are just general readings. Don't get too caught up on the time frames or the specifics. It's kind of just the energy that is most concise for this collective at this time. And everyone's going to be moving through it at their own pace, and there's no wrong speed here. We're all just going through different lessons at different rates. So again, this is a general reading. It's just going to be trying to reach as many people as possible. So let's see, what are the messages for Pisces coming into the month of December here? So we're kind of looking at the energy of November and maybe even a little bit further back. I believe the last eclipse cycle we had was July, so there could be a lot of review from then to now because we do have an eclipse coming up. Let me see. And as I'm shuffling here, I just want to also kind of warn that eclipses can bring on a lot of changes, and they make things happen very quickly. While this can be new beginnings, it can also be endings or losses. And if you do experience any sort of losses this month or any changes that don't feel very pleasant, just think of it as like the universe is setting the stage for this next chapter, for this next act of your life. Interesting. Okay, so I have some cards here for you. We have the Tower, the Artist, and the Three of Wands came out together. Three of Wands is in reverse. And this Artist card is a unique card to this deck, so if you're not familiar with it, it's just a unique card to the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck. And we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. And I'm also kind of drawn to this Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck here as well. This is almost the overall energy, some disappointment, some sadness here. And with the Tower card, there is some changes that might have happened for you that were really uncomfortable. Could be involving an Aries or a Scorpio. There could have been a loss of a job or a relationship or some sort of falling out. And I'm feeling like it really made you feel sort of lost. I'm also being kind of drawn to the fact we have the Three of Wands going down to the Two of Wands, both of these also in the reverse. Whenever I see a sequence like this, there's actually a loss. You've gone from a 3 to a 2. And it's like you were looking into the future, you thought something might be going for a certain way, or you were at least hoping, especially with this artist energy, you were kind of dreaming of this future and what could be, but it doesn't end up coming through. And now you're left with less than what you had started with. For some of you, this isn't even necessarily a loss in the physical sense. I'm almost seeing this as a loss of an opportunity of what could have been. And that's actually that's coming as very devastating for you. But with this Five of Cups, it is kind of this energy of crying over spilled milk, if I'm being totally honest. It's like you're almost too caught up in this story. And it's like, if you're really being honest, what you're kind of losing here is an idea. Whether this is something that was an idea in the sense of it was a possibility for you, or you're losing something in the physical, but your attachment to it was more emotional than what it was actually providing. It was kind of a sentimentality thing, or it was, your emotions kind of, I feel like almost sweeping over some sort of reality. But nonetheless, Pisces, I see that coming into December, you're kind of feeling lost and not really sure what direction to go in. Your future changed as a result of this, the result of this crumbling here. I'm going to pull an animal card to see what advice they have for you. And right away we have Owl coming out. And Owl is all about seeing things clearly. And, really being connected to spirituality and the divine. Opening up your intuition. And I do feel like if you're kind of struggling to see what the opportunity is here, what the growth is here, what the blessing is here, Owl is a really powerful totem for you to be tapping into. And you are very intuitive. Sometimes when we have this tower moment, it also represents divine intervention. You're receiving these downloads. Walls are coming down so you can see things more clearly. So I'm really curious now to see what we have for the first half of December. Again, these time frames are relative. So for some of you, this energy is already stuff you're experiencing, or you might not experience it until the second half of December. Yeah. Show me clearly. Whoops. One more message for Pisces. Okay, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. The Seven of Cups in the reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse with the Nine of Pentacles upright. There is this sense of losing something. Again, you know, we went from the Three of Wands to the Two of Wands. Now we're going from the Ten of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. But honestly, whatever it is you're losing, it really doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. It actually seems to be benefiting you. Even if it feels like a loss of security or a loss of stability, this Hierophant tells me that it actually held you back. And it might be... It's almost like something traditional that didn't really work for you. Like, the really... Just as an example, what this could look like, it's like the really cushy office job that, you know, pays really well and has really great benefits, but doesn't really work for your spirit. It's like you lose that, but then you come into something really beautiful here with this Nine of Pentacles. And it's actually much more catered to you. It feels good to you. It makes you happy. And for some of you, this is actually involving a family situation. And it's like, if you end up not talking to a family member or something ends up happening, it's almost like you're better off without them. And I know that sounds a little cold, but I think you're really starting to see that with the Seven of Cups in reverse. You're coming out of this dreamy energy, out of this planning stage, out of this brainstorming stage, and you're really starting to get clear on what it is you want. And I feel like it's not what the people around you think is good for you. They might be very good intentioned, but I feel like you want something a little bit different. And you are just seeing things clearly. Again, a lot of spiritual energy with the Hierophant. I'm also seeing the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck here, which is actually your card. Seeing things from a new perspective, a new angle. And if there's something that's canceled or blocked off, again, you know, kind of from that Ten of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, it's actually giving you some time to catch your breath and to really reconnect with yourself. For some of you, this could be something like the loss of a friendship as well, maybe even romance for a couple of you, but it doesn't feel that bad. It might have felt worse in the past, and now you're starting to see, oh, actually, I'm really starting to get back in touch with myself, and that's not even how I wanted to feel. You're actually starting to see you feel better without this person or outside of this situation that you've been dealing with. So what's the animal wisdom for you? I'm curious. What is the animal wisdom, for Pisces? Sorry, I just had a whole bunch of cards fall out here. Let's put these back in the deck and start shuffling. Panther and Dragon. Oh my god. Yeah, there is a shedding. You're getting rid of some stuff. Some of you are physically getting rid of things. Maybe you're doing some clearing out. You're literally making space for something new. Or something is falling away, but you're feeling really powerful. You're really supposed to be connecting to your own will and finding that inner fire inside of yourself with this dragon energy. And sometimes Panther energy comes into our life in what feels like an unexpected way, but if we're being really honest, we could kind of see it coming. And I feel like you kind of felt it coming for a while, if that's the case. Although I feel like a lot of you actually are embodying the Panther energy. You're what's it called? Pouncing in. And really shaking things up for yourself and possibly for other people too. Maybe it's causing a little disruption in a family unit, or for the people around you. They're like, whoa, what is going on here? What is happening with Pisces? How could they do that? How could they say something like that? Are they crazy? But I think this is actually a really powerful energy. For those of you that this is happening to, though, Panther energy is very maternal. It's actually very loving. And even though it takes things away that don't necessarily feel good, or in a way that doesn't feel good, Panther is all about shadow work. And it's watching you from the shadow, seeing the ways that you're sabotaging yourself and not serving yourself. And because Panther is this mama bear sort of energy, if you are toiling with these people or toiling in these situations that just do not work for you, eventually Panther is going to pounce in and get rid of it. So if you feel like something is being cleared out unexpectedly, which some of you, this did happen with the Tower card, it's for your own good. And I feel like no one likes to hear that. And I feel like Pisces, that's just like the theme of your life, right? But I really feel like there is something really positive here. And even if it was like comfortable, you're feeling better without it. This dragon card is really powerful too. This is the solar plexus. So really work with this chakra as well to kind of find that fire, find that will. Really getting back in touch with you, Pisces. I like it. And this Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck, that tells me, you know, this is your energy. You're getting back in touch with your energy. Really great. So we're going to pull the last row now. Looking at the second half of December, what is happening for this eclipse? I feel like a lot of this that is happening is making way for, you know, a positive change for you. And you might see that or feel that very early on. One more message for my Pisces, please. Wow. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Five of Wands. And the Eight of Wands. Something's happening fast, and it feels really good. It's a change of your luck. Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter energy. We were talking about how Jupiter is conjunct this eclipse, and you're really feeling this. Again, manifest, make a wish. The wheel is spinning, and sometimes it feels a little crazy. Sometimes it feels like you're holding on for dear life. But I feel like you're about to have a really lucky break. And this is really, really exciting. Some of the people around you might be kind of resisting this. And this happens on an unconscious, energetic level. It's like when someone is making a positive change or turning a positive corner, you'll actually notice that the people around you resist this change sometimes, even if they love or care about you. Where this can be observed in kind of a physical sense, for example, is when someone changes their diet and starts eating healthy food, the people around them will start to resist that. You'll notice a lot of the time they'll try and get them to cheat on their diet or to resist this change, and it's almost like they don't want you to change, because if you change, then maybe they have to look at themselves and maybe they have to change themselves too, or they might have to acknowledge that. And I did feel like there was this stirring up of conflict for the people around you. It also kind of feels like some people might want a piece of you. You know, whatever good energy you're putting out there, whether that's just romantically or there could even be a really great opportunity or some money coming in your way. It's like people want a piece of that, and people might be coming to you, which is funny. I almost get the sense that for some of you, it's the situation where you drop out from some people's lives, or some people kind of slam the door in your face, and then something good happens, and suddenly they come back in, and it's like, what? You know, they've already shown you their true colors. And with the Eight of Wands, there could be messages coming in very rapidly. It could be spiritual insights as well, but this could be communication. I feel like a lot of energy, a lot of movement is happening for you by the end of December. Some of you, this could be referring to travel. You may be flying home for the holidays, although I'm almost expecting some sort of delay if that's the case. Just throwing that out there, don't freak out. But just kind of prepare yourself for that. But overall, this is looking really, really positive. And if you're like sad that you're running late or for the holidays or something, do you really want to be with your family? I'm asking that for the collective of you who find yourself in an airport and it's like, I'm missing Christmas right now. Did you really want to be there? If you're being honest with yourself? Was there some part of you that was kind of afraid or feeling out of place about going? Just look at that. There might be a silver lining there. Just calling it like I see it. Let's pull one last animal card for you, Pisces. Oh, this is really good reading. I'm so happy for you. Wolf. Finding your true family, finding your pack here. Really exciting energy. I feel like some of you, you're kind of in this situation where you just need to let people be themselves and accept the differences. Because I feel like you're kind of, I almost get the sense that you're sort of a black sheep, Pisces, either in your group of friends or with your family. And it's not about getting them to see things exactly your way. You kind of just have to accept each other, where each other are at. Some of you, though, are actually finding your soul pack, your soul tribe. Maybe that's what you really need to manifest. The sense of community, of purpose, belonging. Wolf energy is also about serving others. So maybe some sort of humanitarian work or volunteer work could also be helpful for you. But the message for Wolf is practice letting go and just letting things be and trusting that it's all happening for a reason, which is kind of what this reading has all been about. But this is I'm actually really excited for you. I feel like there's a lot of turnarounds that are going to be happening either in the month of December or starting in the month of December. So really work with the law of attraction, work with that eclipse. It's making some really powerful things happen for you. I hope this reading was helpful. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what's happening in your life right now. Maybe you all can support each other as you're going through this tower moment. I know it felt really devastating, but I actually think there's something even better. So, really, really great stuff. Again, I have links in the description box for personal readings and Reiki sessions. Those will be back up later this week for that holiday, with that holiday discount, so be sure to snag those up while you can. And I will see you all in the next reading. Bye, Pisces.